Hey guys, welcome back to What If Anime. Sorry if my voice sounds a bit off. You read the title. Let's go.
Police, cause them bitches ain't gon' stop shit. Opposition's mad, if they play, they get in pop quick. Flies nigga in the gang, yeah, I'm a cockpit. Posted on Camelot with 100 something shots. I be swimming with the shark.
Hey guys, so this is part 2 of What If Naruto got the Karma Seal from killing urashiki. So just one thing I wanted to add that I didn't say in part 1. Naruto, from absorbing Kurama with like his whole soul and chakra with his Karma Seal, he actually gained his eyes, which means he has red eyes like all the time. Yeah, so that's just a small aesthetic thing that I wanted to add. I kind of drawn him using a couple of images, but he looks something like around the screen, you know, this Boruto look, but not really Boruto, because I feel like he'd look like that, especially since absorbing Chrome's chakra and his soul would make his physical body, and his personality, and would change him quite a bit, because, you know, I mean, it is the black, like dark part of Kurama. But anyways, we're gonna jump right to the story. Okay, so Naruto and Jiraiya are walking slowly towards Konoha, the Hidden Leaf village. Naruto and Jiraiya come in and show their path to the villagers, like the ninjas at the gate. They can't believe their eyes when they see Naruto, completely changed. He has grown quite a bit. He looks way more serious and smart. He has tattoos, red eyes. They ask him what changed, and he just told them, "I'm stronger now." And with a determination in his face, in his look, they could tell that he has grown up a lot. Naruto then proceeds to use one of his new jutsus he learned during these 2 years, and actually disappears and reappears right in the middle of the village on a pool, a giant pool, and he breathes a lot of air and looks at the view of the rocks on the wall and just the general city of Konoha. A few moments later, Jiraiya walks to him and tells him to get down and that they need to go to the Hokage's office. Naruto uses again this kind of teleportation, which is not really teleportation. It's actually a new jutsu he learned. It's a version of body flicker, very advanced, which he can teleport to anywhere he can see. It uses almost no chakra. So Naruto then walks next to Jiraiya and starts looking at the village to see that it's pretty much the same until he meets Konohamaru and Sakura. Sakura didn't recognize him at first until Naruto says hi. Sakura's like, "Who are you?" And a couple of awkward silence, a couple of seconds with an awkward silence, Konohamaru says, "Naruto?" And then Sakura realizes it's Naruto, and she's like, "You changed so much," and they start to talk about the fact that he looks so different. And she asks him, why does he have tattoos? And he just says it's kind of a seal. It makes him stronger. At first she thinks maybe it's another version of the seal that, like, not the seal, but the curse mark that Sasuke has. But Naruto just tells her it's not a curse mark. He and Sakura is reassured, but she's still afraid of his eyes. his red eyes. Naruto then goes to with Sakura and Jiraiya to Tsunade's office. Even Tsunade is shocked to see how Naruto looks, and she's a bit afraid that Kurama may have taken the control, but Jiraiya reassured her that it's just him completely, in a fusion with Kurama, and Kurama has not taken over. It's actually the opposite. Naruto has taken the power of Kurama, and Naruto goes to Ichiraku after that. He just body flickers, like not really body flickers, but teleports to there. He then says hi, and they're like, "Who are you?" And he tells them that he's Naruto. They're also shocked. Pretty much everyone that's gonna see him is gonna be shocked. He meets Iruka Sensei at the shop. They talk for a while, and Naruto then goes back to Tsunade's office, and she tells him that she basically tells him that they're gonna fight against Kakashi, and he's like, okay, but can we make it a real fight? Because the bell test kind of sucks. I mean, I want to take him one on one. So Tsunade agrees, and at the training ground, Kakashi is surprised. Tsunade says, change of plans. It's 1-on-1 Naruto versus Kakashi. Everyone goes on the side to look, and Tsunade says, begin. Naruto immediately teleports kind of far away, and the slit in his eyes goes very, like, so thin you basically almost don't see it anymore. And this actually makes him see more precise and better. He actually used this technique that he's learned. It's weaker than the Sharingan, obviously, but it's the kind of the same idea. He can see way better, like an animal. And he sees Kakashi, and Kakashi is surprised of that jutsu of teleportation he just used. At first you think, is it Flight Ranchin? No, it's too. He hasn't put like a seal there, so it can't be. It's another. Is it Body Flicker? It's too fast. This must be something in between. Kakashi is like, I need to use the Sharingan. I have no way. I can see it from here. He lifts his headband and uses his Sharingan. Then he looks for Naruto, because Naruto disappears. Suddenly, Naruto appears right above Kakashi, starts punching and kicking. It goes into a taijutsu battle. Naruto and Kakashi look about equal in strength and speed. Naruto then says, let's level up a bit, and starts going faster and stronger. So does Kakashi, and then it goes to a high taijutsu level. Tsunade is very surprised of how Naruto became that strong with Jiraiya's training. Jiraiya smiles, being proud of his student. Naruto then gets hit by a shuriken that appears out of nowhere. And then Naruto puffs into a puff of smoke. It was a clone. Kakashi is disappointed. Another Naruto comes out of the ground and starts kicking, like kicks Kakashi in the chin. Kakashi disappears in a puff of smoke. Then, next thing you know, the real Kakashi comes out, and the real Naruto comes out. They look at each other and they're like, let's get serious. They both disappear super fast. Then they reappear, putting kunai against kunai, but they're in midair. then disappear again, and they keep clashing kunais, appearing, disappearing for a small while. Then Kakashi goes on the small lake and does a water dragon jutsu. Naruto immediately uses a Rasengan, one-handed normal Rasengan. He puts it on the water, like on the water dragon jutsu, and then next thing you know, he has nothing. He literally used a Rasengan defensively. Kakashi is surprised by this. He then makes two shadow clones, and then uses three fireball jutsus from three different angles. Naruto teleports next to Kakashi, makes the three fireballs explode by contacting each other, makes a huge fire. Naruto uses this to his advantage, and then punches Kakashi in the back. Kakashi is taken away because he has to make a choice. Either he goes towards Naruto, who's gonna fight him and he's in his battle stance, or he's going directly into the fire, and he burns alive. He decides to go to the fire and use substitution jutsu. Then he throws the shuriken at Naruto. Naruto uses substitution jutsu too. Then the fight goes on for a while. It looks pretty equal. It's very long. Then Kakashi kind of loses stamina and needs to put away his Sharingan for a while. Naruto uses this opportunity to take the advantage over Kakashi. Kakashi turns out to be clone, and then the real Kakashi activates, shows his Sharingan and has a Chidori ready. It goes towards Naruto. Naruto almost doesn't have any time to react, makes a Rasengan in his right hand. Then it looks like it's gonna be a Rasengan Chidori clash. But then Naruto, being smart, moves slightly to his right. It makes the Chidori, he slightly dodges the Chidori and puts the Rasengan in Kakashi's stomach. He grabs Kakashi's right hand with his left hand. And then he stops the Rasengan before it burns or damages Kakashi. Kakashi then looks at Naruto and uses Kamui. Naruto, surprised by this, puts its right hand with the Karma Seal activated directly on Kakashi's eye and actually absorbs all of the chakra of Kamui in his hand. And Kakashi, slowly closes his eyes and falls down. Naruto is tired as hell. He is tired physically, but he has a lot of chakra left because he has the chakra of the Nine Tails in the half of it. Naruto is then going to Tsunade. She's surprised. Naruto just defeated Kakashi Hatake, one of his elite Jonins, and 2 years ago he couldn't even Kakashi didn't even need to use the Sharingan to defeat him with one hand. Now Naruto defeated him, and it looks like he can still fight. Then when Kakashi got a bit better, he fought Sakura. She lost, but she put up a very good fight. Naruto stayed at the village for a small while. The time of, cleaning his house, which was not his type. He cleaned his house for the first time in years, literally. He took a shower, got ready, did all the stuff he needed to do, and actually trained some more. And he then heard of the Kazekage going missing, getting kidnapped by the Akatsuki. Naruto is actually part of Team Kakashi, and with Sakura. and they go directly to Suna. And Naruto actually goes like runs and goes ahead. He tells them that he goes a little bit ahead, and he actually uses small teleportations as far as he can see, and he can actually like the rules of his teleportation, or someplace that he has already been, or someplace he can see. So it's either something he sees or somewhere he's been. And he had never been to Suna, but he uses his sight. Thanks to his eyes and the slit he has, he can see very far. So he uses this and actually divides the time by 4 or 5. Since it's a 2 day like trip normally, takes him half a day. Like if you don't count the rest, since he doesn't rest, it takes him around 8 hours. He arrives to Suna, and he tells him his rest like 2 other ninjas are gonna arrive. Um, and then he sees Kankuro. He sees that he has poison. He sees that the poison is not chakra related, so he can't absorb it. He then says he's sorry and he can't he can't help, but Sakura might be able to help since she told him that she's a very high medical ninja. So he says, a medical ninja is already on his way. I'm gonna go on the trail of the Akatsuki. He asks for clothes. He sees the part of clothes of the Akatsuki. They give him to him, like they find it. They find it. Naruto then takes the piece of clothes and sniffs it. Since he's absorbed Kurama, he can now sniff. He has a very good smelling ability, very amped. He then smells it and runs. He directly, using his teleportation again, by going to sight, he manages in less than a day. So by the time Kakashi and Sakura are halfway to Suna, Naruto is already at um, he's already at the hideout. He then sees that it's a seal you need to take off like from 2 places at the same time and stuff. He decides to make clones, and he decides to communicate with light. So he actually throws like a smoke grenade very high in the sky. When it explodes, the shadow clones take it off, and they manage to take it off at the same time. Naruto then uses Kurama's chakra on his arm and punches the rock. It makes it, like, kind of breaks it. Then he moves it. Naruto then proceeds to go inside the Akatsuki's hideout. Unfortunately for him, there's only 2 members. He wanted to kill more. All of the members see him though, and they're surprised he found them so fast. And especially that he's from Konoha. How did he get here in around a day? It's been like 26 hours since they beat Gaara, and he's already here from Konoha. That's impossible. They don't understand, but they haven't started the extraction yet. They were preparing it. So Naruto actually sees Gaara knocked out and he says he's gonna take him back. He then goes against, like, runs to Deidara, and he's actually stopped by some sort of metallic tail. And he smells that it's the same poison that Kankuro has, and he immediately teleports away. Then Deidara says, teleportation. That's how he found us so fast. Then Deidara prepares his, Bakuton. Bakuton is his techniques. Bakuton. So he uses his bombs and sends his bombs to to Naruto. It explodes. Naruto just teleports from one place to another very fast to avoid all of these. Then, once Deidara uses a huge bomb, he can't teleport away from this one. He immediately, he remembers, he immediately teleports to Konoha and teleports back to the Akatsuki's hideout. Since he's been in Konoha before, obviously, he can use this huge teleportation, but it kind of uses a lot of chakra. But since he has so much chakra from the Nine Tails, it's not really a problem for him, even though he takes like a huge breath before he goes back. Then he's like, how did you do that? And Deidara tries to understand how his teleportation works, since he has used only one jutsu since he's here. Naruto then teleports with a Rasengan in hand right above Sasori and slams the Rasengan over his head, completely destroying the first puppet. Then he teleports back and goes next to Deidara and uses a special jutsu he has learned. It's a Rasengan, so in his left hand, and Rasengan in his right hand. When you like smash both together, it creates a shock. So by slamming two Rasengans next to each other and then like to his enemy, it creates an exploding Rasengan thing. So Naruto does that, and it actually like cuts off Deidara's one arm. Deidara is in like really angry and starts fighting Naruto, and Sasori uses his puppets to fight Naruto. Naruto and Sasori have a huge fight, and Deidara occasionally throws bombs. The fight is mainly composed of Naruto teleporting to avoid attacks, and from time to time using shadow clones and Rasengans to like counter attacks and all of that. Naruto, when he has the time, teleports and tries to touch with his right hand, try to touch his enemy, whether it's Sasori or Deidara, but he can't do it because they're too reactive. At one point he uses two shadow clones, he makes two more shadow clones, because the other one puffed. Each shadow clone has two Rasengan, like one Rasengan in each hand, and he has two. That makes 6 Rasengan in total. One shadow clone teleports to Deidara, the other to Sasori, and like does a raffle of Rasengans by slamming one Rasengan immediately another at the same place, which actually destroys like the most of Sasori, and the other shadow clone tries to do it to Deidara and only like destroys his leg. Deidara is done with it and decides to create a huge bomb. Deidara then explodes like does this self-exploding technique. Naruto like sees that it's too dangerous. He then teleports next to Gaara, takes Gaara, teleports to the sand immediately, and like to Suna, and gives them back Gaara. He then, after like a couple of minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, goes back there to see who's alive. He sees that the whole area is burned out, and they're all dead, and all of the proof is dead. So he goes directly back to Suna and does his report. And when he arrives, he arrives and Kakashi and Sakura are here. And he's like, hi. And they came and they see that Gaara is here, and Naruto did an S rank mission by himself with almost no, he almost suffers from nothing. He's a bit burned, a bit burned his clothes, just a bit, but it's easy to repair, so no problem. Then Naruto closes his eyes and starts to fall down of fatigue, and then Sakura just grabs him and makes him go to sleep. She then looks at Kankuro and does the healing thing. So she heals him, makes a cure enough and stuff. Then they go back to Naruto actually takes Sakura and Kakashi and hold them very tightly, concentrate for 5 to 10 minutes, and then they teleport directly to Hokage's office. Like, just in front of the door in case, something is in there. They then knock on the door and go in. Tsunade is surprised. They've been away for 3 days, and it was supposed to be at least a 1 week mission. They've been gone for 3 days. They've been so fast, and they do a mission report. Tsunade asks Naruto to take the Chunin exam next time. He says, I'll think of it. Then he teleports to his home and starts doing his business, Naruto business. He trains and actually studies, which is weird for Naruto, but he thinks to himself, I'm strong enough for now, and I need to study right now because I'm smart, but I'm not book smart. I didn't work at school. Now you might tell yourself it's so un-Naruto, but remember, this Naruto thinks more clearly for two reasons. First, he has a curse mark, which means he has Utsutsuki in his chakra, like messing with his chakra. And he also has the Nine Tails in his chakra, which means he has the Dark Nine Tails and Utsutsuki in his body. Now, obviously, he has control over it, and it's actually completely mixed with his chakra, so he's fine with it. And actually, he's so fine with it that it's, he has complete control over it. He's really to a point that he can actually make Vermilion Rasengan all the time. Now, Vermilion Rasengan is Rasengan using Kurama's chakra. Now, unless he does it on purpose to use, normal Rasengan, he uses Vermilion Rasengan, which is actually equal to Curse Mark Chidori. Yeah, so that's like a 10 times 100. I'm just doing some math. That equals to 100 times normal Rasengan. 100 times. That's huge. Now, obviously, like with using less chakra because it's more dense. So basically, he uses the same amount of effort to make, let's say, time 1 Rasengan. So the same effort, but he actually makes a time 100 Rasengan. So it's like a very beneficial for him to use this chakra. Obviously, it's very beneficial. Now, Naruto studies, and he studies because he secretly wants to become a Jonin. So Naruto now is called to the Hokage's office, teleports there. Then, immediately after, Tsunade tells him and Sakura that they're gonna have a new teammate, like actually 2 new teammates when she thinks of it. Naruto is surprised. He's like, why do we need 2 more teammates? She's like, let me explain. We can't have a 3-man team. Like, we need 4. Kakashi, Sakura, and Naruto are not enough. We need someone to replace Sasuke. At least for now. So, Naruto is surprised. He's like, why do we need... I don't get it. And he's like, it's just like that. You're gonna have to accept it. So, go to this place at this hour, this day. Don't remember which day it was. But he tells him, just go there then. And you'll actually like meet your new co-workers. Then Naruto, Sakura, and Kakashi meet up at this place. Remember, Kakashi didn't use Kamui against Deidara, so he actually didn't, get that tired from the mission. So Naruto and his team, Team Kakashi, actually go there and they meet Sai and Yamato. You may ask why Yamato is here. Tsunade isn't sure that Naruto completely controls the chakra of the Nine Tails. She's not sure. She's doubtful. So she actually sends Yamato to control him in case, but she doesn't really need that. I mean, she doesn't know it, but there's no need. Naruto looks, so he looks and he's like, present yourself, I'm Naruto Uzumaki, future Hokage of the Leaf. I am Sakura Haruno. I'm Naruto's teammate. And Kakashi's, well, you probably know me, I'm Kakashi Hatake. And Sai is like, hi, I'm Sai. I'm from the root. And Yamato is like, hi, I'm Yamato. And Naruto looks at him and says, you're lying, tell us your real name. And he's like, Yamato is surprised, how does he know he's lying? Kakashi too, and Sai too. Sakura doesn't know, she's perplexed. But Naruto says, tell us, what's your real name? Yamato says, well, my real name is Enzo. Naruto says, thank you, Enzo. And he looks at Kakashi and says, Kakashi, why is Enzo here? I mean, I get it for Sai, he replaces Sasuke, but Yamato, that's just a man over. I don't understand the point. Not that you bother me, Yamato, but I don't understand. Kakashi says, it's simple. Yamato uses wood style. Wood style, or wood release, is the same as the first Hokage. And a user of wood release, Mokutan, also known, it is actually able to control a tailed beast's chakra. Since in case, you lose control of the Nine Tails, Naruto's size is like, how many times will I tell you? I have complete control over it. But guess, whatever. He then just teleports back to his house, takes a book, teleports next to Kakashi, and he's like, by the way, the day we met, forgot to give you this. Kakashi's like, what's that? And he shows them Jiraiya's book. Kakashi is so excited, and then Kakashi goes away. Naruto looks at Sai and Yamato, is like, you probably know Kakashi since you're, from the Anbu Black Ops. But Sakura and I, we don't know you. Let's go eat some ramen together. They're like, okay, they go to Ichiraku Ramen all together. They eat some ramen and they talk about, being a ninja and all of that stuff. They talk for like, the time you eat a bowl. I don't know how much that's time. I'd say half an hour. Then they finally get the order to go to Okage's office to get their first mission as a team. First mission, go and get some information on Orochimaru, and if the occasion presents itself, find Sasuke. So they decide to prepare, and they have the plan. The plan is to go meet Kabuto and subtract and take information out of him, and disguise as Sasori. Naruto he looks, determined to find Sasuke. The next day, Naruto and Team Kakashi are prepared and they're at the gate. Naruto asks, where is it? Where is the bridge? What bridge is it? Yamato tells him it's that bridge. Naruto remembers his time with Jiraiya, and remembers the closest place he's been next to the bridge. He teleports all of them there. They arrive not far. They run, but run, walk, but however you say that. They arrive to the bridge like way earlier. They train and imagine a couple of scenarios. The first one, they get everything happens perfectly. They get information from Kabuto. They and the information tells them where is Sasuke, how to get him, and gives them enough information for them to get Sasuke right away. Worst case scenario, Kabuto is not under Sasori's genjutsu or control. It's not as is completely towards Orochimaru. Orochimaru is there, and Orochimaru fights them. It's the worst case scenario they can think of for the mission. And to Naruto, that's not the worst case scenario. The worst one is that Kabuto tells them that Orochimaru has already taken the body. That's the worst case scenario, but you think it's impossible because he still needs 6 months before he takes his body. Naruto would then talk to Sakura and tell her that whatever happens, Sasuke is still alive somewhere, and they still have a couple of months before it actually, starts problems. By problems, I mean, Sasuke is taken over by Orochimaru, completely. So, Naruto is, determined and goes to his place. Yamato turns himself into Sasori, and they go and prepare themselves for the mission. They go, and they meet Kabuto. Happens as usually, and Kabuto tells him he's not under his control. Orochimaru appears, and actually, before everyone could notice, Naruto teleports there, catches Yamato, and teleports him behind the bridge. Naruto then uses kunai enhanced with his chakra and cuts through the ground of the bridge and cuts the bridge. The bridge starts to fall. Orochimaru uses a snake to go back on the other side. Then Sakura and Kakashi come out of the bushes. Kabuto jumps over, and goes to fight Kakashi. And they have a pretty even fight. Sakura and Yamato are like a backup. Sakura heals Kakashi whenever he needs it, because Kabuto can heal himself, but Kakashi can't, so Sakura is there for that. Or, any other, to heal. She's a healing ninja. And on the other side, Yamato is here. He uses his wood to create a second bridge, like a bigger bridge, stronger bridge, in case they fall. They can use the bridge. But he also creates a second bridge, lower in the empty part. Naruto teleports next to Orochimaru and starts exchanging blows with Orochimaru. Orochimaru is like, "You're very strong, but you're no Sasuke." This gets him angry, and he starts to get angry and use a bit of Kurama's chakra. And you can actually, see that suddenly his movements are amped by a lot. He uses Vermilion Rasengan and teleports behind Orochimaru and slams it in Orochimaru's leg, actually hurting him a lot. Then, they keep fighting, and they go back a bit, and they start destroying kind of the whole place. Naruto summons Gamabunta, and it's a huge fight between Naruto and Orochimaru. And Orochimaru is very surprised, but Naruto is annoyed of the fact that he can hold his own. He won't die in this fight. He knows it. He feels it. but he doesn't have any offensive technique that could kill Orochimaru. It's a dead end. Whatever happens in this fight, none of them is gonna die unless. And then he suddenly asks Gamabunta to fight in his place for a moment, and if he needs help, he can summon any other toad he needs. Gamabunta says okay, but summon other two guys, and he summons the guy with the plate shield and the other, big frog. Forgot his name. So the big frogs are in place, and they start fighting the big snakes. And Orochimaru is preparing a plan, like getting his sword out and getting ready to, go and kill Naruto. Naruto is concentrating. Then his Karma Seal activates, glowing red. Then he opens his eyes. The slit goes very thin. He then rushes at him. He suddenly has a cloak of red chakra, very thin one. No tails, just a cloak of chakra. He then goes right in front of Orochimaru and suddenly takes a kunai, makes it turn around his finger so fast it actually like it makes a circle, and he's ready to cut. Then he changes blow against Orochimaru, actually starting to gain some advantage. He then looks at him, puts his Karma Seal, and catches a part of, catches enough Orochimaru to steal part of his chakra. He starts absorbing Orochimaru's chakra. Orochimaru feels it, and then Orochimaru uses, a weird technique of snake substitution or something like that, and uses that occasion to get away, like a runaway with Kabuto, and Kabuto is actually also kind of losing. Orochimaru is surprised. He's like, okay, Naruto, forget what I said, kid. He tells to Naruto, you're so much worthy of Sasuke, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have Sasuke's for now. Maybe next time. And Orochimaru starts having ideas for taking Naruto's body after Sasuke. And actually, maybe even doing the opposite, taking first Naruto. He questions himself, but then decides to stick with Sasuke for the moment. Because right now, Sasuke has the Sharingan, Naruto doesn't. He sees that Naruto has a version of a curse mark, but it's way different. It can absorb chakra, because he saw that. The moment he activated it, he starts stealing chakra. He understands it. He runs away directly. Naruto won't let this happen. He creates a shadow clone, and the shadow clone completely puts himself in stealth mode and teleports close to very close to the enemy known as Orochimaru. Orochimaru is followed. He doesn't know it, didn't feel it, but he's followed. And sorry for that noise. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So Naruto follows them, and since Naruto then continues following them until he goes inside the hideout and starts looking for Sasuke, then Naruto tells them to wait, and that he's gonna teleport them directly to Sasuke. And then they realize that Sai is gone. They say, in Naruto, what's his name? Enzo's clone, Isaac Wood clone, actually followed Sai and saw him talk to Orochimaru. He's like, he's a traitor, and he probably got an order from Danzo. And Naruto is angry to know that Sai, who was supposed to replace Sasuke, actually goes with Orochimaru. It's the second one, another traitor. He gets angry, but Then he suddenly feels that his shadow clone has dissipated and gains none of his memory, and he's in shock. Then he regains a serious face. He then tells Kakashi and Sakura and Enzo. He tells them, "Listen, I'm gonna explain you something." Then he starts talking. They they are shocked and they decide to teleport directly. What Naruto told them, he went directly to his hideout, Orochimaru's hideout. He followed him. He went inside, didn't get noticed, and found Sasuke. But Sasuke murdered, killed the clone, I guess, and he's in shock because he saw Sasuke. And Naruto teleports directly to this place. Unfortunately, Sasuke wasn't there anymore, but he can sense his chakra somewhere. He senses his presence. Then there's a huge explosion. They run and they see Sasuke, Orochimaru, Kabuto. They can sense him, and they see Sai, and then Naruto goes there. He just uses his eyesight and teleports right in the middle of that rubble. Then Sasuke goes right in front of Naruto and tells him, "You send a clone. I killed that clone. Looks like you've been better, Naruto. Dope." And Naruto, Sasuke takes out his sword, and Naruto teleports behind Sasuke, and then puts his hand to his back, saying, "If you move, I'll kill you." And Sasuke laughs and looks at Naruto. They start, exchanging sword kunai blows. And he's surprised when, like, Sasuke is surprised because his sword, when fused with lightning, is supposed to be unstoppable. You can't block it. It goes through your sword, like we've seen before. But Naruto has actually Kurama's chakra, and it actually blocks. He adds the red cloak on his kunai, which manages to block the actual sword of Sasuke. So Sasuke is shocked, activates his 3-tomoe Sharingan, and starts to look in Naruto. And this time he doesn't see the, Nine Tails, because Naruto has absorbed him, absorbed his chakra. So it's actually his own reserve, and he sees that he has a huge amount of a very different chakra, and he's actually shocked. And then he looks and he sees this weird, other chakra flow, a second chakra flow that goes into his chakra system. He has basically, instead of having one chakra flow with tenketsus, he has a chakra flow who has no tenketsu. It actually goes all directly to one chakra point, which then goes to the second one. That's actually the Karma Seal absorbing chakra ability. It doesn't put it in the normal. And he's like, "What the hell happened to you, Naruto? You also got a special curse mark." Naruto said, "No, I'm not." And then he puffs in the smoke. It was a clone too. Naruto can actually hold Sasuke. He holds up his shoulder and absorbs tries to absorb his curse mark. The chakra of the curse mark doesn't work. Sasuke disappears from his vision and runs up next to Orochimaru. And Kabuto appears and they're like, "We're not here to fight." And Sasuke is kind of angry, but he goes with them and they go away. Naruto forgot to send a clone under the emotion of seeing Sasuke again, and he actually smiles to see that Sasuke has gotten better, way better, and that he's happy to know that he's not so much stronger than Sasuke. Plus, he knows that from their fight, he knows that he wasn't fighting all out, but he wasn't too. He started to imagine their fight, and only that excited him because he knew one day they had to fight again. Next like story, I guess. Next arc, I might say. So like I was saying, next arc. Now we're gonna be discussing Hidan and Kakuzu. So Naruto goes back to the village, and he then, on the way back, he sees a guy, like a shaved head guy, um, and the shaved head guy starts talking to him. He's like, "Hey, are you from Konoha? I can see it from your clothes, and you're a ninja, so I can see it." Naruto's like, "Yeah, I'm from," and then Kakashi and the others were just behind him. So Naruto tells, "What, you need to go to Konoha?" And he's like, "Yeah." And if you're wondering why Naruto didn't directly teleport home, he was actually like wounded, like, yeah, a bit wounded, and he was healing himself on the way home, with his Kurama's chakra. So he was healing himself until he was better, and then he just, run a bit. But running is not bad. So, and so then Naruto meets the guy, and since he needs to go to Konoha, he's like, whatever, and teleports him directly to Tsunade's office. They do their report, and the guy talks to them about this temple being attacked, and the village, because of the filler arc, with the other guy who has Kurama's chakra, doesn't happen because it's filler. But we're still gonna say the village got attacked, and it's got a bit damaged, but not as much as canon. Um, the other guys, like the villains and all, they're gone. So, like I said, Naruto talks and like leaves them there, and they discover about Hidan and Kakuzu. So they send teams. Now Naruto is not on one of those teams because he's not Chunin yet. He actually needs to take the Chunin exam right after that. Like literally in a couple of weeks, like 6 or 7 weeks. So if you're wondering, that's almost 2 months. That's like 1 month and a half. So anyways, Naruto trains for the Chunin exam even though he knows he's gonna pass it easily. At least he thinks so. And because he's the only not Chunin of his promo, like of his class. So Naruto and Sakurai is actually sent on those teams, and the other are sent on the team. So the encounter with Hidan and Kakuzu and Asuma happens the same. He dies, super sad moment. And Naruto actually starts his training with Kakashi and Yamato. They train they train for the Rasenshuriken. Naruto directly uses his wind style. He actually already knew how to use it. So Naruto gets faster, but he never like cut a cascade. And he actually tried to do it alone, because with clones he manages to do it quite easily. He tried to do it alone with his own chakra, like by himself. And he actually manages to cut it as if he had that many clones, but he doesn't, which is a huge, thing. Then he creates 30,000 clones, and all of these clones, so 3 of them, which means 1,000 times, like at the same time. Yamato didn't need to control his chakra, but he still tried sometimes in case. Never needed to use it, but no. Sorry for the noise. Anyways, Naruto actually um, learned it quite faster. He was less tired most of the time, so it was easier for him to create the Rasen Shuriken. He actually, since he's not dumb this time, instead of sending himself with the Rasen Shuriken, he actually, whenever he tries to make it, he sends a clone. Whenever the Rasen Shuriken is used, he doesn't take the damage. You get what I mean. So then Naruto actually can make a Rasen Shuriken with only one clone, but it's not a real Rasen Shuriken. It's like a way weaker version of the Rasen Shuriken. Since he can make one-handed Rasengan, it takes only one clone to make the Rasen Shuriken. And Naruto is actually, in case you haven't understood, he's a kind of a prodigy here. So it would be not very easy, but easier than it was before, like to make actually the Rasen Shuriken, which means wouldn't do it sooner, but better. Like you'll get what I mean. So then Kakashi goes to the fight, and the fight against Hidan and Kakusuko is pretty much the same, except that Sakura is part of the team, I guess, and that changes that actually Shikamaru didn't fight Hidan alone. He used Sakura as to make a hole, like she just punched the floor and Hidan fell in it, exploded. And, you get the point. But Naruto, then Sakura and Shikamaru arrive, and they're fighting Kakuzu and all of that. Kakuzu goes all crazy noodle, like dark noodle form. Naruto arrives with Yamato, and he looks okay. Then he makes a clone and prepares the Rasen Shuriken on his clone. And actually, since he's smarter, he makes two clones and creates two Rasen Shuriken. The first clone runs, tries to put the Rasen Shuriken in Kakuzu, fails to do it because he just failed. Then the second clone teleports right above him and does the Rasen Shuriken, kills Kakuzu like immediately, and the clone dissipates. Naruto is smiling, proud of himself for creating such a strong jutsu. He should be. I mean, it's pretty much the perfect jutsu. Nobody else can do it. Like, he's literally the only one ever to do a Rasen Shuriken. Anyways, he learns that, and he actually, they go they go back to Konoha, and after that, the Sanbi arc doesn't really important. It's filler, but just wanted to say it still happens because I like this filler. Anyways, it's a good filler, by the way. You could watch it. It's a worth watching filler. I know this is very long, but I'm gonna try to actually finish as much as I can in this part. So I'm going all the way to the Kage Summit in this part. Yeah, so anyways, now it's time for Itachi pursuit, trying to get Itachi. So, on the other side of things, Sasuke kills Orochimaru as usual. Actually, he is stronger than Kennen. He trained more since he met Naruto, seeing that he may have lacked on his training, chilling too much. He trains way harder, and actually, he's general himself stronger, not new jutsus. He actually gets his team ready, gets out with a sword, gets Suigetsu, all of this shit. So they get ready all the way before they arrive to this city where, the city where they're gonna fight Deidara, Toby, and all this. But Deidara is dead, so no Deidara Sasuke fight. Sorry for that. But instead of Deidara, there's gonna be a new member of the Akatsuki that wasn't there before. Another member of the Seven Swordsmen of the Mist, the one that uses the lightning. If in case you watch Boruto, the lightning, two lightning swords, pretty weak, I know, but this version is stronger. So he's gonna fight Sasuke. Sasuke is ready, and they have a fight between lightning user swords. Guys, I'm gonna leave it here right now. It's already over an hour, so I'm gonna leave it here. If you want to change copper polish, I might cut it. Uh, Discord server in the description or in the comments. I don't know. Peace out.